Come on in. You don't have a ticket? Oh, no problem. Hit the subscription button below and welcome to the show. Hey guys, DFG getting flight. Not going to be long. I know you love it when I say that, right? But I'm not. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about, what happened yesterday with the with Congress, and more in particular, Donald Trump deciding to not do what he told everybody to do. I'm sorry, to do what he told everybody he would never do. I'm talking about not opening government up, or not opening government up fully unless the border funding had been, or the $5.7 billion for the border wall had been approved. Now, you remember him going down to the border and having all those people, interviewing all those families, and all those families having those families talk about all these things that happened to them, and and then the situation with the police officer being killed by the illegal immigrant, and him really, really playing on angels' hearts of victims around the fact that we're gonna do this, and you can trust me, and I'm gonna stand with you to the end, and I'm gonna put the pressure on them until they fund this wall. Well, what happened? What happened, Mr. Trump? I mean, was all that just theater? Because let me be clear. I felt bad for all those 800,000 plus government employees who were out of work. And and he should feel bad about it too, especially when all he had to do was do what he did yesterday. He could have did that. What? 30 days ago, shut the government down for the weekend, like they usually would do. But you put all those people through that stress and through that anxiety, and caused all this fear, around whether or not they were going to be able to, to take care of their families, all these TSA workers, who, having to, get up every day frustrated and disgusted, feeling like they were being taken advantage of, and yet showing up to do their work. And you put them through all of that for no reason. And then you wonder why these people these never Trumpers, beat that Donald Trump, is a con man drum. Now, whether he's a con man or not, I guess all of us will have to admit you can't hold a man at his word, because this is not the first time Donald Trump said, "No way I'm gonna do this. No way, you can trust me, trust me, trust me." And then, lo and behold, does just the opposite of what he says he's going to do. Because, see, me personally, the only reason I cared about the border wall was for all the things that, was being used as, I guess now, as just for as politics. I'm talking about the human trafficking, the sex trafficking, the drug trafficking. I'm talking about, illegal immigrants who, according to Trump, would be coming into the country and affecting people of color, so-called African Americans, and Hispanic, Latino people, how the crime rate would go up, etc., etc. We all heard the rhetoric, we all heard the talk, and I know some of you are gonna say, "Well, yeah, he's only for 3 weeks," but my point is that 3 weeks of illegal immigrants coming across the border, 3 more weeks of child trafficking, human trafficking coming across the border. 3 more weeks of drug trafficking coming across the border. Because if it mattered so much for the president to close a portion of the government, if it really was that important that these things had to stop, and had to stop immediately, then why did he cave in yesterday? Why didn't he hold his ground? Because that's what he told. He told it to everybody. And then you wonder why around the world people see Donald Trump, for someone who is just flat out not qualified for the job. And I know some of you Trump, people are gonna, maybe get offended by what I'm saying. Well, I'm not saying this to offend you. I'm just saying this to, just to tell you, this is your guy. I mean, are you okay with him saying he's going to do something? You telling, that's like me telling you I'm going to come and I'm going to protect, you have to leave out of town and you want me to watch over your children. And I tell you, no matter what, I'm going to watch over these children. I don't care what happens. And then you call me on the phone and say, hey, Dale, I'm going to be a week, late before I can return. And I tell you, oh, I'm sorry, I got to go. But I gave you my word before I left that no matter what happened, I will watch over those children for you. And now your children are left exposed. What would you think of me? Because, obviously, that's what we should be thinking about Trump. You know what I'm saying? Now, 3 weeks from now, who knows? Will they get a deal? They didn't guarantee him. They just said they're going to talk about it. You follow me? That'd been different if you say, okay, we reached an agreement, and in 3 weeks, we're going to start implementing the program. No, 3 weeks, he gave them to decide whether or not they're going to implement the program. That's a big difference. So you know what this really comes down to, in my personal opinion? This comes down to, to people like, the Rupert Murdochs of the world. You know what I'm saying? The Koch brothers of the world. All these super rich individuals who need, illegals, who need cheap labor. This comes down to you and myself and every other middle class and those who are poor Americans now having our wages driven down because of illegal immigration coming in and driving the wages down because they're willing to do jobs that we really need to do and really need to have, But who's going to go out there and work for, $7 an hour, $8 an hour? I know some of you guys say, what do you mean $8? Hey, I'm from Louisiana, New Orleans to be exact. They pay people down here $8 an hour, $8.25 an hour. Now, how are you going to take care of yourself or a family at $8, $8.25 an hour? And then if you don't take that job, people accuse you of being a lazy, shiftless bum. But whenever you have and you allow these super rich people to bring in people, almost like scrubs when they bring in when they're trying to break a strike. You know what I'm saying? Or, when they're trying to break a union, And they'll bring in, these scrubs and what they'll do is use these scrubs, to force the union to compromise or lose their jobs. You follow me? In other words, force them to take less. And this is very similar to this. This is what I think. I think this whole political arena, I think this is all about, the rich, again, taking advantage of the middle class and poor Americans. And it's shameful. And, I don't know, you guys who, I didn't vote for Trump. I didn't vote for Clinton. I damn sure didn't vote for Clinton. But, I didn't vote for Trump. I didn't vote for Clinton. I'm going to say that nice. Like, I don't want to offend no Clinton people out here, all right? I didn't vote for either. I have no horse in the race. But for you guys who did vote for him, how did that make you feel? This guy is constantly, making all these big promises, exploiting all these people who have been victimized, according to him and others, by, us not having secure borders. And then he turned around and said, oh, well, okay, I guess we can give them 3 more weeks. We'll open the government up and we won't worry about the borders for 3 more weeks. And as long as in 3 weeks, they don't give it to me, then I'm. It's crazy. Well, government workers, I'm glad you guys are back at work. Hopefully in 3 weeks you guys will still be working. But it's sad that you guys had to be made, politicians, political football for 30 days. Because at the end of the day, they don't care about the people coming across the borders. They don't care about drugs and human trafficking. They don't care, guys. I'm sorry. They don't care, because if you care, just like I said, the example I gave you earlier, if I cared about that man's children who gave me the responsibility, who I gave my word, I would protect and watch over them, I would have stayed the course regardless. Same thing applies to Trump and those who were with him making these bold statements about they were going to do the right thing, and the right thing was not compromising until that border wall was funded for all the reasons they told us it was funding. But if it's just about, playing politics and whatever, who knows what the hell, it doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand why you partially closed the government for 35 days and you got nothing for it. and created all this chaos and animosity and bitterness, turmoil for us Americans, who really thought you were serious, by the way. At least I thought you were serious, but hey, just goes to show, right? We all can be duped. So there you have it. Thank you for listening, guys. I guess we'll see what happens 3 weeks from now. Other than that, love you guys. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye now.